Hello, my friend. Welcome back to my garage, which means we are going shopping. Yay! I know a lot of us are on a budget right now, so I thought I would do another one of these. The last time I did one, it was trying to find the cheapest full face at Ulta, but today we're going to Walmart. If you want to hang out with me today, hang tight. We're getting into it right now. All right, so last time I was like super organized and I had like looked over the Ulta website, found all the cheapest products. Did not do that this time. Walmart's website is just a little bit different than Ulta's website. So I figured I would just go and wing it and just try to find the cheapest full face because, you know, what's the point of buying makeup at a higher price if you can get just as good a quality at a lower cost, especially right now with prices just through the freaking roof. So that's the goal today. I'm going to go ahead and drive to Walmart and I'll be right back. That was a thing. That was not the most pleasant shopping experience. You know, like I get the reason for the security tags, like I totally get it, but it just makes for a less pleasant shopping experience. Having to hunt somebody down, and they said go over to customer service, and like I couldn't find the customer service. And then I had the lady unlock the stuff for me. And then when I went to ring it up, like the e.l.f. primer that I ended up getting, I thought it was $6. It was $10 for this. $10 for an e.l.f. primer. I was like, oh, seriously, but I didn't want to go through the whole thing of like voiding it and starting over and getting her to unlock something different. I'm not a fan of that shopping experience, but one thing I wanted to explain, I've tried this before, but I legit couldn't find any other eye primers. Like this was the only eye primer they had. And I don't own this. I haven't used it in many years. I know a lot of you love this. So I decided to grab it just to kind of refresh my memory. I didn't get to show you that I got the Black Radiance Mascara. I just really like these wands and this was pretty cheap. So I really thought that my Walmart trip would be cheaper than my Ulta trip, and it absolutely wasn't. It was about the same. It ended up being about $80. And the eyeshadow palette selection was atrocious, was absolutely atrocious. Like, I'm excited to try this, but this was legit the only thing that I hadn't tried was like the Wet n Wild stuff recently. I've tried, you know, the Wet n Wild Color Icon products way many years ago, but not recently. So I'm excited to try that. You know what I realized I did not get was eyeliner. So maybe what I'll do is I'll use eyeliner for this. So I didn't even get one of the products and it was still more expensive. I still had fun shopping, but it just wasn't as like Pleasant is just going to Target or to Ulta for me, at least. So do you have the same experience at Walmart when you go to Walmart, that a lot of stuff is locked up and you have to find somebody to unlock it and things are still expensive? Like, I don't know. I was really hoping to have a happier experience, but I mean, it's fine. And I'm hoping we found some gems. I'm really excited to try this. Did you see the shade selection on this? It was atrocious. It was like 4 white shades and that was it, which is very upsetting. So hopefully they have more of these shades like in reality than they had in the store. But yeah, so we will see. Now I'm going to go home and I am going to try on all of the stuff. Yes, this looks so good. What do you think of the new camera? I'm so excited for it. Let me just tell you, so excited. Okay, so let's just go over very quickly what I got so we know what we're playing with. I forgot my reusable bag. I was so bummed. So let's start with the base. Cause you know it's all about that base. Shut up. This better be really, really good. For 10 bucks, the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. Then we're going to go into the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance Age Defying Makeup Plus Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 10. 10. I got 125 Buff Beige because I remember using Buff Beige when I used to get the one that had like the weird off like smell. It was like green and it smelled like, was it Noxzema? I don't know, but that was the shade I used. I don't know if I was color matching back then correctly, but we will see. Face powder, I got the Maybelline Fit Me 220 Natural Beige. For concealer, I got the Maybelline Superstay Active Wear. I really like the packaging on this. I think it's really pretty with this little pop-out, see-through, glassy looking stuff. I really like that. It's on the back too. For eye primer, I got the Milani Eyeshadow Primer. Eyeshadow, I got the Wet n Wild Color Icon in the shade Nude Awakening. And I feel like Nude Awakening was one of the original Color Icon eyeshadows from Wet n Wild, one of the original ones we used to get back in like 2014 or so. Am I remembering that correctly? For eyebrows, I'm really excited to try this because I love UOMA Beauty. This is the UOMA Beauty drugstore brand. It is called UOMA by Sharon C, I believe. All right, let me pull this out because I didn't see exactly what it was. I just know it's for brows. Oh, okay. What is happening here? Oh, it's a little brow gel. That's cool. And then this should be the brow pencil. Ooh, I'm really excited about this. For mascara, I got the Black Radiance Bodybuilding Volume Scent. Oh, that's another language. That's French, I think. No, okay, this is the bodybuilding mascara. I just saw the wand and I know I like wands like this, so that's why I picked that one. And then for cheeks, I got the Wet n Wild Megaglo Illuminating Palette. And for blush, I got the CoverGirl Cheekers 183 Natural Twinkle. Even though it doesn't look like there's any kind of twinkle in there, we shall see. And then for lips, I got this one by the UOMA Beauty by Sharon C. This is the shade Too Much. I love that there's a little security tab on here. That makes me so happy. And that is a little more red than I was expecting, but we'll just go with it. So let's zoom in and put on the bear ears. All right, yay, autofocus! It's the little things in life. Like when I was waiting tables, it was having a functional pen. That was really important. When I was teaching, it was having functional dry erase markers. And for this job, it's having autofocus on the camera. It's the little things in life. So let's go ahead and start with this. I hope this is good. Security tabs for the win. That's one thing that I think Walmart has on Ulta is that they're really lacking security tabs at Ulta, making sure people can't mess with it before, so you don't accidentally buy something that someone's opened and swatched. I definitely give Walmart credit for that. I'm pretty sure everything had some kind of sticker on it to make sure nobody could mess with it without the customer knowing. All right, so it's very silicone-y. Smells like a silicone-based primer. It's very slippy, so that's good. I'm gonna press it in. Based on the way that it looks, it feels exactly the way I would expect it to. If you remember in my Ulta haul, I got the one from LA Girl. This one seems exactly the same. Found it. This is the LA Girl Pro Prep, and I believe this, I can't remember exactly how much this was, but it was not $10. So that's the LA Girl. That's the e.l.f. LA Girl. Here, look, I can do this. Yay. Okay, so this is the LA Girl, and this is the e.l.f. Kind of smash them down a little bit. There you go. LA Girl, e.l.f. The LA Girl is only ½ an ounce and the e.l.f. is 1 ounce. So that might make a difference as far as the prices per ounce. All right, let's go into the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance. Please be a good match. Please be a good match. Looks pretty good. It's a little dark maybe. I don't know. That looks pretty good. That actually looks really good. So we're definitely looking at a medium coverage right now, which I personally like, especially for filming days. I was bummed I couldn't talk more when I was in the Walmart, but there was music playing, and I know YouTube is gonna hit me for copyright if I have music playing in the background, even though by law, if it's in the background in a public place, I'm supposed to be able to film in a place like that, but YouTube doesn't care and they don't have enough people to check up on those kinds of things. So that's why I didn't talk much in the store, or else I totally would have. That looks really, really pretty. Really pretty. Wow. I'm very impressed with that. It smells a little weird though. It smells like makeup with a little bit of flowers in it. It smells a little odd and it's kind of lingering a little bit, but I do think it looks really pretty on my skin. Let's go into the concealer. And again, it's got a nice little safety seal here. Yes. All right, this is very yellow. Hopefully. Let's put a little bit on it first. I really like the doe foot on there. It's like pointy and flat. I like that. I don't see much coverage. Let's put a little more on. Boop. Just put it on that side. And usually with concealer, if it's going to settle into my fine lines, I can see it relatively quickly. So we'll check in on that in a second. I think the second coat definitely helped a little bit, but it's definitely not a full coverage concealer. Let me blend the side out with my fingertip and see what happens. I don't know, it looks nice. It's definitely not a super full coverage concealer. So we'll have to, we'll see how it looks when everything's on. Let's go into the brow pencil. I'm so excited about this. It's going in very easily. I like the opacity of it. I'm gonna try to use the brow gel to spoolie it out and we'll see what happens, but I have a feeling, yeah, I need a regular spoolie. Yeah, using that brow gel for a second was not a good idea. That looks pretty good. Okay, now we're gonna go in with the brow gel. Let's go in on the side I didn't do before. I like the size of the brush on this. It reminds me of the Benefit one. Kind of try to feather it a little bit. I love that Brooke Shields' brows are back. It makes me so happy. I think that looks pretty good. It didn't spoolie out, like it stayed a little more than what I like personally, but that's really a nitpick. I think my brows look really good. Go Sharon. Okay, eye primer. I have, like I was saying before, I have not used this in literal years. I tried really hard while I was at the store to get things that I hadn't used before, but like I was saying, I could not find another eye primer. This was the only one they had, and I wanted to get something, and I have not used this probably since maybe 2017, 2018, so, you know, it can't hurt to use it again and remind myself why I like it. Went on really easily, doesn't really mute out too much discoloration, but that's okay. Just a little bit of tint to it, very, very slight. That is a really Natural yet pretty color story. Oh, just FYI, on here on the back, oh, I just dug my finger into it. That was an accident. On the back, it does have the numbers here and it says not for use around the eyes. Let's see, it looks like just shade 7. This one right here, because it's probably got one of those red pigments in there. It's one of those things where it's just the FDA regulations are just stupid. They're approved everywhere else, just not in the US because US hasn't caught up. So I don't really pay much attention when it says not for use around the eyes because it's really overblown and stupid why they're not FDA approved for eye use. We're using this shade right here. That looks nice. Going on really easily. A little bit of powder kick up in the pan, but it's not bad. Oh my gosh, I had so much trouble finding an eyeshadow palette that I hadn't tried before. Seriously, Walmart needs to do something about their eyeshadow palette selection. It's so sad. It's like every single crap drugstore formula that exists, they have it. I hope that they like beef up their, maybe get some ColourPop in there. That'd be a good idea. I think ColourPop would sell so well at Walmart. Maybe one day. All right, let's go in with this guy right here. Kind of put that over here and do the little flippy thing. They're blending really nicely into each other and they're not blending away as I blend. So now let's see. Let's do this guy right here. That one's calling my name. That looks pretty. Comparing it to the e.l.f. formula that I gotten for the Ulta video, it's definitely not as chunky looking as that one. This one's a little bit more smooth, but it is very shiny and I appreciate that. Let's do this guy right here. It's more of a satin formula than a foiled. Yeah, it's very different than the other one. But it's not that it's bad, it's just a little bit softer. Do a little more blending up here. Now, because I forgot to buy an eyeliner, we're just going to use the black in here as eyeliner today. Oh, that works well. Look how pigmented that is. That looks amazing. Try to wing it up a little bit. Ooh, looks good. That is blackety black black. Love it. Getting a little bit of fallout when I flicked it, but that's my fault. Ooh, that's not cute. Bloop. No. I'll fix it in a second. There we go. That works. Looks good. I like it. I'm gonna put a little bit of this guy on the lower lash line. That is looking pretty good. Very basic, but good. But all you can get is basic out of this. There's nothing but basic here. That's to be expected. Let me put a little bit of this shade just to put a little bit of something different right here. And then maybe this guy here. Like that. Like it a lot. Okay. So now mascara, we're going with Black Radiance Bodybuilding. Every single mascara, literally every mascara at the Walmart was under a lock. And I guess that's probably, I'm assuming that's one of their most stolen items because literally every mascara. Whoa, that wand that's a lot. That's a lot. Here, let's, look at that wand. Oh my gosh, that thing is like, that's huge. Look, compared to my eyeball, it's huge. All right, let's see. I dipped in and it feels like there's nothing in there. It feels like it's empty. Hopefully it's not dried out. Oh, there we go. I'm getting a little bit. It's not dried out. This wand's a little much for me. It's a little too big. It's hard to maneuver around my eyes because it's just so big. And I feel like it's just not going on my lashes. Like it literally feels empty inside. Like it's not even hitting anything. That's so weird. And it's a very natural lash look. I'm definitely getting length, but I'm not getting any volume. And it's very natural length. The bristles are also quite scratchy. Not a fan. All right, let's go in with blush. Oh, I haven't used one of these in so long. I don't know if it was this formula or not, but should we use their brush? Let's use their brush and see how it goes. Oh my gosh, this is bringing me back to the 90s. It's a pretty color. Hopefully the lasting power is okay. The brush isn't pokey or anything. It doesn't feel bad. It's just, I wish it was a little more round. It's so flat. It looks pretty though. Okay, Wet n Wild Megaglo Illuminating Palette. Right there. Let's do kind of a mix of these two. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, I like that. It's very glowy though. I do like Wet n Wild's highlighters, so I'm not surprised that I like that. That's very pretty. I love that. I'm actually gonna put a little bit of that in my inner corner. I like that. Let's put a little bit of this one right there. Bam, bam, bam. All right, looking good, looking good. And now let's go into the UOMA Beauty lipstick. It's really pink. On the swatch in store, I felt like it looked more brown because I'm more of a brown lip kind of girl, but it's very creamy, no scent, and it feels good. It feels really good on the lips. It went on very easily. I don't see any instant feathering at all. Speaking of that, let's check on the concealer and see how we're doing. I don't see any creasing. Yay, that makes me happy, but it also wasn't very full coverage either, so that's a thing. Yeah, that's definitely more pinky red than I expected it to be, but I don't hate it. I don't dislike it. Let me put a little bit of, since we're going that way, let's put a little bit of this right here, because we can. Give it a little ombre-ish. I like that. That's pretty. Sometimes just a little bit of highlighter on my lip just makes me feel like it brings my lips to the next level, makes them really look real juicy and pouty. All right, let me pull this down. Oh, you know what? I didn't use the powder. I didn't use the Fit Me powder. I was wondering why it was so shiny. Let's use the Fit Me powder. Ooh, there's a little spongy guy in here. Let's use that. And we'll kind of put that right here. That looks so much better. So that is the finished look. And honestly, the biggest thing I notice right now that I don't like is my lashes, that my lashes just look like I'm hardly wearing anything. And I don't like that, but I want to test this mascara, so I'm just going to keep it. Let's see. I think my face overall looks good. Is it my favorite look I've ever done? No. Like it's just fine. I'm not sure now looking at the foundation if I like how flat my skin looks. I feel like, see, I don't know, maybe that was the Fit Me powder. I'll have to look at the footage and see like where I feel like my face just looks like I'm wearing a mask. And I don't know if that just happened when I put the powder on or if it happened before that, but I'm just like, I'm not sure if I like the finish of it. I don't know. What do you think? I would love to know what you think. All right, so now I'm going to go about the rest of my day. It is currently 3:37 in the PM. I did some things after I went shopping. I had to go to the grocery store and do some other things. So it's a little bit later, but I will come back at the end of the night, which for me is probably gonna be around 10:30. So we're gonna get a good solid 7 hours of wear, even though it's so late. And I will give you my full final review and thoughts on all of these things because I'm kind of on the fence. Like I'm really curious to see how the blush is gonna last. I'm curious about the lipstick and how that's gonna wear, you know, how the eyeshadow is gonna wear, if there's gonna be flaking with the mascara. There's so many questions I have, but you're gonna find out in just a second. Ready? 1, 2, 3.